UVCT has been striving to support adolescents in India through its various programs for the past 28 years. We started working with underprivileged children, providing them vocational training and life skill education through our landmark program named Shakti. Today, as we gather here to talk about our journey on reformation and rehabilitation in Tihar for the past 3 years, we get an opportunity to bring you our story in the presence of people who witnessed us, who worked with us, and people who helped us walk through this challenging path. With this, I would like to welcome Dr. UNP Rao, a PhD from IIT Delhi, a retired IPS officer, our chairman and founder of Uravi Vikram Charitable Trust, to begin our story.
Glad we all got together to talk on the theme of reformation and rehabilitation of young criminals. Reformation is not an easy task, but we have to make a concerted effort lest the spiraling trends of crime will eat us away. Work on them. Well, this fits into the concept of sentence planning of criminals. They are there in the jail, they are the captive audience. What is that we can do? This is what we tried during the last 3 years. The background to it, I must say, I happened to see as a kid Duan Ke Baraha Hath film, where a committed jailer works on 6 dreaded criminals and reforms them. Of course, it is at the cost of his own life. It does tell us that a reformer needs to have a bigger, greater commitment to bring in changes. Of Tihar prisons started a Better Life Prison School. It was the initiative of Mr. Sudhir Yadav, the then DC Tihar Jail. He seemed to have really thought about it correctly and succeeded in launching this program. Many of us, including Taisia, SPYM, Pratham, and various other NGOs, got together to make this school full. We prepared their data based on initial intake form. And there is something very good we are willing to share with any one of you. We need to have data about the inmates, about the participants of our programs, so that our team, our experts should know where to handle, what to handle. We used 2 formats. One was for the freshers, first timers. It was just a 15 days format, and another was for a 45 days format, which was meant for the hardened criminals and repeaters. And main theme was the life skills. Life skills are the skills many of you would know. They are the adaptive abilities. They are the abilities to adapt to the life. They help the child, the person, participant, to know their strengths and weaknesses, to improve their interpersonal relations, and also to control their anger, to also to control their anger and gender drug resistance. Some of these things were happening and were possible, and we always extended these modules through brainstorming sessions, active participation, and role plays. All these helped in the participants taking interest in them. We used audio visuals and good length, and we also alongside oriented the prison staff, and we gave some counseling sessions to the prison staff families, because families are also worried about their bread earners, because they were working in the.
जो इनमेट्स थे, जब वो पहली बार जेल आए, खासतौर से जेल नंबर 5 में, जब उनका एग्जामिनेशन किया गया, उनसे पूछताछ की गई, इट वाज फाउंड दैट दे वर ऑल drug addict or there was a heavy dependence upon drugs. Most of them were crime victims as well. Generally ज़्यादातर लोग illiterate थे, बेरोजगार थे, या यूं कहें कि रोजगार के अयोग्य थे। गलत संगति, लालच और शायद कुछ लोग अज्ञानता के कारण भी क्राइम कर। इस प्रकार के यंग ऑफेंडर्स के लिए आइडिया ऑफ स्कूल या कहीं सेंटर काफी समय से तिहाड़ प्रिजन की जिम्मेदारी संभालने के कुछ दिनों बाद ही मेरे जहन में आया, और इस बारे में डिपार्टमेंट के भीतर और बाहर बातचीत हुई। स्कूल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, प्रिजन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और प्रिजन से जुड़ी दूसरी संस्थाओं से भी इस विषय पर डिस्कशन हुआ, बट नो आइडिया concept as such emerged in those meetings about how to go about the school inside a prison. करीब 6-8 महीने की सोच, डिस्कशंस के बाद इस नए एक्सपेरिमेंट की, एक स्कूल की कल्पना साकार हुई, और इसके साथ हुआ बेटर लाइफ प्रिजन स्कूल। ये एक ऐसा करीब 1-2 घंटे का जो उनको समय मिलता था खेलने का, बाहर मिलने का, उससे उनमें एक नई ऊर्जा मिलती थी। मतलब मैं ये कहूँ कि इट वाज अ स्कूल फॉर यंग ऑफेंडर्स क्रिएटेड बाय देम एंड यूज्ड, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय देम। जो भी वहाँ एक्टिविटीज थी उसमें सबसे ज्यादा इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन ऑफेंडर्स का रहता था। 1-2 घंटे जब वो बैरक से बाहर मिलता उनको, तो अपने आप में उनको एक बहुत बड़ा रिलीफ मिलता था, लगता था। अक्सर इनमेट्स की रिक्वेस्ट होती थी कि उनको वीकेंड पर भी और छुट्टी के दिनों भी स्कूल की कोई एक्टिविटी अगर संभव हो तो उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करें, वो चलनी चाहिए, ताकि उनको बाहर अपने साथियों से मिलने का अवसर मिल सके, अपनी बातें शेयर करने का एक अवसर मिल सके।
bring you some impressions from the beneficiaries of our project. Let's hear the impact story from the beneficiaries themselves.
आइए देखें बच्चों द्वारा लिखित कुछ झलकियां। जो दिमाग से हार मान गया वो हर जगह से हार मान गया, और इनाम धीरे धीरे सीढ़ी चढ़ने के बाद मिलता है, एकदम से नहीं। यहाँ से बाहर जाने के बाद वो दोस्त, वो जगह, गंदे काम छोड़ दूंगा। और कभी आत्महत्या करने का विचार आए तो अपने आप को किसी काम में या फिर अपने आप को उस जगह भी नहीं समझूंगा, क्योंकि मेरा भी परिवार है। ये सारी बातें मुझे काउंसलिंग सेशन में बताई गई है, जिसके लिए मैं काउंसलिंग वाली मैम को धन्यवाद करता हूँ। जेल में आकर मैंने बहुत परेशान रहता था। पहले मुझे किसी क्लास जाने का मन नहीं करता था, फिर अपने परिवार के बारे में सोचता था। अपने फट्टेवार के कहने पर लाइफ स्किल की क्लास में गया। वहाँ मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। सारे टीचर ने बहुत अच्छे से बात करी। फिर मैं वहाँ रोज जाने लगा। वहाँ जिंदगी के बारे में भी अच्छी बातें बताते हैं, तो दिमाग को सुकून मिलता है। क्लास में जाने के बाद पता चला नशा करने से परेशानी कम नहीं होती और बढ़ जाती है। बाहर जाकर अच्छी आदतें सीखूंगा और अपने परिवार वालों के लिए कुछ अच्छे काम करूंगा, जिससे परिवार में सब खुश रहें। इसके लिए मैं सभी जेल स्टाफ और टीचरों को धन्यवाद कहता हूँ। जैसे एक नौका समुद्र की लहरों से लड़ते हुए किनारे तक पहुँचती है, वैसे मेरे अंदर ये खूबी है कि मैं अपनी जिंदगी में आने वाली बाधाओं से लड़कर आगे पहुँचता हूँ।
I must say, UNB Rao sir, that the thing you started in 2017, this program, this is really very good, which we highly appreciate these things. So that is very wonderful. एक बात जो सुधीर यादव सर ने कही, जो कि मुझे उनको बताने में बहुत ही खुशी होगी, अगर वो चले गए हैं तो मैं अलग से उनको बताऊंगा। उन्होंने कहा कि जेल नंबर 5 बड़ी ट्रबल्ड जेल होती थी, क्योंकि उसमें यंग लोग हैं, तो ये बहुत ही वोलेटाइल जेल थी। लेकिन मैं ये देख रहा हूं पिछले 1 साल से इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पीसफुल जेल्स। यूवीसीटी से मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि अभी आपका बीपीसीएल का जो फाइनेंशियल एड है खत्म हो गई है, लेकिन I have requested UVCT to continue
with them. So what we ended up offering is, because we all have our full-time jobs, what we ended up doing is offering our services to the prison for in the male as well as the females, conducting group therapy for those 30-35 inmates for a time span of around 2 hours every Wednesday morning. And this would last, we would start these group therapies from June to, from September to June of next year. So what is large manner? So I had the privilege of starting this, I think this was in the first time in the history of the Bahamas that Dr. David Allen initiated a program. He introduced us into the prison, and we have been working in the prison since 2014. We are 3 psychologists who have been going there on a regular basis. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we are not able to go back. but my experience in the past 6 years has been very enriching. We have, what our role has been is, the three of us have gone into the prison. What we try and do is we continue to focus on prisoners who are in a pre-release program with them. So what we ended up offering is, because we all have our full-time jobs, what we ended up doing is offering our services to the prison for in the male as well as the females, conducting group therapy for those 30-35 inmates for a time span of around 2 hours every Wednesday morning. And this would last, we would start these group therapies from June to from September to June of next year. So what is
Professor Girish, former professor of education with Lady Irwin College and presently senior consultant with UVCT, to kindly coordinate and sum up the deliberations at the end. Girish ma'am.
Thank you, Seema. We now have a discussion, panel discussion on reforming techniques and challenges faced. So I now invite actually all of them to, unmute and, show themselves.
Is that most of them come from very marginalized backgrounds. Largely they constitute Dalits, tribals and Muslims, or more than 70% of them from these communities. They come from working class backgrounds, from poverty families. In a city like Mumbai, large percentage of them are migrants, and they come to Mumbai in search of livelihoods, and then they get caught in this web of crime, some of them. When we talk about the rehabilitation program, our work has shown that there are 4 factors of the whole rehabilitation process. And these 4 factors are, number 1, the lack of stable shelter. This is one of the important factors which influences a person's journey into crime. The second is lack of legal livelihood opportunities. The third is lack of stable family relationships and positive people in the person's life. And the fourth is the history of substance abuse. These are the 4 factors which have a role to play when it comes to a person's journey.
The best part of this entire experience with working with UVCT and the project with Tihar Jail and with TISIA, the best part, we could negotiate that, okay, the way it should be approached. Like, for example, we have some strength, so we started working on our strength. UVCT has its own strength, so they were working on their own strength, and TISIA has its own.
And sorry, so I had to intervene in between because I am having a back-to-back meetings, and I am so much committed to this cause, and to Dr. Rao's have been so nice and has been taking up this our CSR initiative in a best business, and so is Seema. In fact, BPCL feel proud and privileged, and it is a fortunate for BPCL to be associated with such project. And in fact, I had that opportunity of visiting the Tihar jail number 5. I was really emotional, very touched, and I wanted to do many things there. I spent a lot of time there. I even interacted with the people there, the boys there, I will put it that way. And I was so much pleased and by the work which has been done by Urvi. It is extraordinary effort which has been put by, and really BPCL is very fortunate to be associated with such a NGO, with such a cause, and definitely to be associated indirectly with the people in uniform, that is the Tihar jail authorities and jail authorities. It is a wonderful experience. My good wishes, best wishes to all the people and the faculty who is conducting the different workshops, different trainings, different, I was very impressed by the shoemakers, by the tailoring effect, and especially by the people who were making different items in the Tihar jail. I had taken around there, and with the people of Tihar Jail, the authorities, and all the people responsible administrators. I am really thankful.
Share very quickly that when Better Life Prison School, before going to the topic, I'll just share that when Better Life Prison School was conceptualized, we were asked by Mr. Yadav to actually identify the problem first, which actually as a leader, which you don't see very easily. So I really congratulate the leadership from Dr. Rao, Mr. Yadav, and now Mr. Goyal, that you can't have such initiatives without that kind of leadership, where you. So what we did is that we took a very systems change approach. We did a 600 people. We took a 600 people survey, and we actually identified 5 issues on which we basically came up that these are the 5 things which we need to work in a better skills, mental health, and what we also identified is the legal aid support at that time with drug de-addiction, and to support us with the organizations. And UVCT and SPYM were the first organizations that Mr. Yadav suggested to bring on board to do the Better Life.
So I said there are 2 parts of the rehabilitation. One is that ability or willingness and motivation to do something by legal means and earning for the family. Second is the skill set one should have it or one should acquire quickly so that he can get into the mainstream of the society and start helping the family from financial angle. So these 2 aspects, once a person is inside the jail, he is in touch with most of us, our volunteers and our trainers. So he is in continuous touch. But once he goes out, we have to really make a lot of effort to see that he remains in touch with us and he continues to be in close touch so that we can counsel him for these 2 aspects. One is willingness and motivation to take up some economic activity so that he can be helpful to the family as well as be part of.
Actually, the best thing is we have to work together, which has come out of it. We have to collaborate and work together. As Mohit just said, none of us are, independently, kind. So probably we have to join hands and work together and come out with. And even Rajesh ji also shared, they're giving them hand holding is really. So probably I'll end up by thanking all and, summing up some of the major things probably and sum up and probably you will endorse. And if I miss any point, you can all probably tell me. Basically as, if I look at it, the whole of this webinar, we started with presenting the summary of our, what all we have done trained about 950 people, and some of them we have been able to reform. And, there has been, kind of perceptible changes in their attitudes and all that. But there have also been, we have been able to rehabilitate only. But in any case, that was not also our major agenda. But we have been trying to do that. So as we see right now, this whole look at it, probably there are 2 aspects of it. As Kavita ji said, I'll start with Kavita ji. She said they experience a kind of, these convicts face a lot of hopelessness. So probably there are 2 aspects of it. One is to give them psychological support, to support them, do hand holding so that, they come out of act, and as Anil ji also said, there are 2 aspects of it. There has to be a willingness to, to reform and rehabilitate. So this willingness has to come. We have to constantly handhold them, convert this hopelessness into a hope so that they become ready, accept that. And the second part, which is very, very important, kind of, hand holding in kind of, whether it is entrepreneurship, whether they have some already strength, they might be already trained. So strengthen that, find them an opportunity like giving them, as Rajesh ji said, in some NGO, So it has to be a kind of work on 2 fronts. First is like giving them life skill training so that they can give them hope, building that kind of personal social dimension. And second part is the skill training part of it. So, and as
the very continued presence of Sandeep Goyal gives me an assurance that we can do many things of this kind. And the whatever was the analysis made by Sajid and whatever was mentioned by Professor Vijay Raghavan, 4 points. I mean, they're all virtually telling either it is in Delhi or in Mumbai. I think we should match them up and see. Next webinar, we hope we will take it up just on rehabilitation part. I think Sandeep ji will help us or lead us. We will definitely like to focus on the rehabilitation part.